All right, welcome back to another session of Evony with Genghis on server 68. So just reached a billion power here, but that's not what this video is about, but pretty big moment for the account. And hopefully the first billion is the hardest. That's what they say in lots of things in life, right? So hopefully it's the hardest and the rest come easy, but you never know. Anyways, this video is requested by user Sama, who wants to know how to cultivate generals and add have a basic decision-making ability for adding skill books. So this might be an easier video for a lot of people, but we'll just look at two types of generals. So your main wall general or your PvP generals, your archers, and ground generals, etc., that are attacking other human beings, other cities, you need to just cultivate everything. 1 to 300 in the numbers, you can use gold. Once you get over 300, from 300 to 500, you need to use gems. It will not go up anymore. And you need to raise every single category on your PvP generals. So if it's your wall general, or if it's your attacking generals, you need to use every single category. And if you're going to go to the grouping of 10, you just hit total increase. That's it. You don't want to put it on one of the other ones. You want to leave it on total because you got to do them all. That's how you cultivate, okay? And if it's low, you could use, ooh, what was that? You could use gold all the way up to 300. But once it gets over, you have to switch. I generally go gems all the way. It's just quicker, it's easier, and I'd like to get it over with. Sometimes I'll go gold just for my daily tasks to get the generals early, and then as they add up, I'll switch to gems. Now, when you're choosing other generals to cultivate, it depends on what you do. So for me, Queen Jindiok is a classic example. I only cultivate her politics because she does nothing for me except gather. So resource gathering speed, she's up 175% at the bottom. That's all I care about with her. She does nothing else. There's nothing else here that can help me. I guess march speed. I could have her walk to the gathering spot quicker, but I don't think that's important. And then you have some other generals. If you look at, so for example, here, and you look at what special duty skills are required. And I look here, oh, I'm going to need 1300 attack and 1250 leadership. So let's go to that type of general. And as you can see, I targeted those two categories, attack and leadership. And I did that with gems. And that's all you can really do. Those are the three different ways to cultivate generals. Now, when it comes to skill books, you need to look at their skill. Here's a perfect guy. Minamoto, right? He is, how do I know what general he is? It says here, he's an archer general. It tells me he already has buffs for an archer attack built in. So I'm obviously going to put archer books on him, right? Now, another way to tell is to go to his specialties and see. They are for ranged attack. So this is an easy decision what to put on him. Now, I'll go into the tavern and let's look at a general that sort of has maybe two types of skills. And then you can decide where you would cultivate him. So I'm just trying to find one that I know of that has multi-skills. Okay, so here's one that lots of people go either way on him. So Khaled, you can find him in the general shop, in the tavern. So this is a perfect general to look at because all of you can get him. So he increases siege attack and mounted attack. So which one are you going to cultivate on him? You can do either, but when you get into specialties, this is where you need to choose which book to put on him. So this first book says siege. Second book says ranged and siege. Next book says siege. Next book says siege and mounted. So he is a siege general. So you can put siege books on him. Now, I also promote him as one of the best mounted generals in the game. So there's nothing wrong with putting mounted books on him. But when you're thinking about late game, this is a siege general if you're going to do all of his specialties. If you're not going to do all of his specialties, and you don't do specialties on every single general in the game, so it doesn't really matter, and these end skills don't matter for every general. If you're not going to do specialties, Khaled's a very good cavalry general. But late game, if you're going to be using him, trying to kill the really big bosses or to fight PvP for you, he's going to be better at siege. But it's not hard to switch that. You can switch books anytime on generals. So that's a very basic way of how to cultivate and how to select books. So Sama, I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.